get stuck in love with me. You get stuck in love with me.
Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Alexis, and if you are a new or returning subscriber, hey girl, hey, and welcome. But before you go, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like the videos. Please leave a comment. It lets me know that you guys are watching. Even though I do see that you guys are watching, I would like to interact with you guys, so go ahead and do that. So normally when I do Married at First Sight reviews, I usually am doing my makeup, but since today is Sunday and I've already did that, I did my whole makeup and get ready with me on TikTok. So if you're not following me, make sure you go ahead and follow me. It's also on my Instagram as well. So if you're not following, make sure you go ahead and follow me on TikTok and Instagram. I'll link them all down below. Since I'm not doing a video, I will not be linking any products down below. So I recorded this video already, but because there are loud people in my house, you can hear them all in the background. So I was like, you know what? The day is still young. I am going to go ahead and just go ahead and record the video. It might be a little easier for me to do it this way, so I'm gonna do it. So I'll probably do my videos like this, like back and forth. Some days I'll do them with makeup, some days I won't. So maybe I'll just like do it like that. Yeah, the look that I have on today is from the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe palette. This is the volume 2 one, and this is actually, I was sleeping on it, but it's actually a really good palette. So that's where this whole eye look came from. These lashes, I've had a lash business, but I don't have one anymore, but that's neither the point. Today we're going to be talking about Married at First Sight. This is from the episode 6 and 7, Justin and Alexis. So Justin and Alexis, I love them. They are my favorite so far, but they keep talking about how people say, oh, marriage is hard. I've never been married, so I don't know, but I know that relationships in general are hard, specifically when you have differences. And I can only imagine how it would be going into a relationship with somebody I don't know. That's kind of like just being like, oh, we together now, not knowing nothing about your history, not knowing if you batshit crazy, not knowing no type of trauma or triggers. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. For all the people that are married, list in the comments down below if marriage is hard. Because I don't know. I'm single, so yes, I am single. Me and all of this goodness, single, honey. I don't know. I guess, you know, it's different because, like, when you first meet somebody and you are in a relationship with them, everything goes perfect. But that's how it always is in the beginning for everybody. Some people's stories are very different. But I'm just saying, majority of people, when people really like somebody, then like it's going to be easy because you're not trying to be flawed in front of these people. You like, no, I'm not gonna mess them up too much, so let me not show all of my flaws. Like, that's what people do. You don't show your worst. Like they always say, put your best foot forward. So why would I show you the absolute worst, specifically to my husband or my wife? Why would I do that? So I need for them, I feel like that aspect of thinking is a little bit immature in a way, and I need for Alexis to be a little bit more I need her to be in her emotions. I need her to, like, I know it's difficult saying that because it's a stranger and I know how I am around people I don't know, but like I don't know how it feels to be married to somebody. But like if you've already been in an intimate setting with somebody in multiple occasions, like you're kissing and cuddling, you're halfway having sex at this point. You're not having sex, but you're halfway to that point. So yeah, so the guys went to tequila taste and the girls went to brunch. I don't understand why men can't go to brunch either, but that's neither here or there. It's not nothing that's suspect to me. You gotta eat. And if it just happens to be 11:30 to 12 or at 1 and they serving brunch, then oh well. Okay? Like, oh well. Let these people go to brunch. You gotta eat food. Y'all have them tequila tasted early in the morning, and the lady's gonna eat. Okay. Anyway. So Justin don't drink. I guess Justin don't drink, or I guess it was too early to drink. So that man threw that tequila shot out, and I don't blame him because it's too early. Why y'all want me to get wasted this early so I could just be saying stuff out of my mind? Granted, this episode, the episode which was the last day of their honeymoon, granted they were all drunk, and you could tell that they were drunk. I mean, you're adults. You do whatever you want at your own discretion. So Alexis was talking to the girls, and she was telling them when they were sitting down and they were having brunch, and they asked them about, who consummated their marriage or whatever. Alexis and Justin has not. Because her husband is celibate, but I don't think celibacy is it still called celibacy? Like, or is it still considered to be celibate even though you're married? But I understand. I'm just saying. He be acting like he want to do it. And I'm just like, do it if that's what you want to do. Like, the hell, just go ahead and do it. Yes, she shared that with the girl. She said that my husband is celibate, but I don't think it's celibate at this point. I think it's just he don't want to have sex. So I don't know why he don't, but he just don't want to. I think, well, he said he wants to take things slow. I understand that. He wants to take things slow and he wants to get to know her. Usually it's the female that's saying that. And she like, no, I want to get right to it. They are very opposite of each other. Sometimes opposites work and sometimes opposites do not work at all. They went on I forgot what it was. I call it a little mini catamaran, but that's not what it was. It looked like one, but that's not what it was. It was like a little mini boat. The boat flipped over, and he was like, oh, I'm willing to get hurt for my wife. And I'd be like, Justin, you're doing a little too much for me. You're doing a little too much for me. You're doing a little too much for me. But that's all that I had on them with that. And her saying, and them both saying that marriage is hard. They waiting for the hard part. Okay. And the hard part came in episode 7 when Justice's dog bit her dog in the eye. Now, Married at First Sight producers, y'all is not right for that. Y'all not right for how y'all had that dog looking. That dog looked like, and the fight wasn't even a fair fight. That dog looked like he got beat up severely. When that dog, but also too, let me put that down, but also too, this could have been avoided if they had properly introduced these two dogs to each other. Maya, the Justin's dog, seemed like she was a little bit timid already coming into this situation. It's already a tense situation. She's not in an environment where she's comfortable with something that's new to her. Like, dogs are kind of, I understand in this scenario, this could this could be a truth and a lie. Okay, dogs are somewhat kind of like children, specifically domestic animals. You have to introduce them, like, if once you put them in an environment where they're not used to, you have to, and there's another animal that's coming, whether it's a frog, a dog, whatever kind of a situation is you think about it, I'm all over the place, but think about it, like, them two, when they first met each other, they were strangers, so they kind of had to warm up to each other and get to know each other. That's the same thing that has to happen with the dogs. You gotta kind of like meet them in the middle, or they should have had some type of introduction before they place them under the same roof. Like, you don't do that. And then when I think Justin asked her, oh, is Newton, which is her dog, is he an alpha male or alpha or whatever, and she was like, yeah. And then he was like, oh, I don't know. And I was like, dang, Justin, so you knew that your dog, like, he thought he had the most confidence that his dog was not going to be aggressive, and she in turn was aggressive. And I understood how Alexis felt, but like at the end of the day, that's not a child. You can always get a new dog if you want to. Dog, I'm just saying, and I'm not trying to be insensitive. No, I do not have kids. I have a dog too, but you could easily replace the dog. If this is a marriage that you want, then you work on that. I didn't necessarily agree with her saying, oh, basically they came to the agreement that, and Justin reneged, and I'll say something about that too. They came to the agreement that if she didn't do well in her training, that they would basically get rid of her. And he was upset about it. And he has every right to be upset, just like she was upset when the dog bit her dog. Okay? They both have every right. But these are not children. If children were introduced in this situation and they both became violent, then that's when y'all both need to have a. But in that situation, if you had children, you would try to come to some type of resolution. If you can't come to some type of resolution, then y'all just gotta figure whatever it is that y'all gotta figure out. Children are different than dogs. I did not mean to compare them, but I'm just saying there's no comparison to it, because with children you gotta figure it out. With dogs, you can send them or rehome them. You know what I'm saying? Kids, you can't rehome them unless you gave them up for adoption or you perish. So that's all that I am saying, baby. Because I was like, when them dogs don't get along, it's a wrap. Because Alexis is like, I don't feel safe, and he was crying. And then he forgot to mention to tell her that might have been in a few scuffles herself. Because if he had mentioned that, I'm pretty sure she would have been like, okay, well, let's try to slowly introduce them to each other, because they are coming into an environment where it is something that's new. Next couple, I'm gonna start with Lindy and Miguel. So in the previous episode, the one that I did, I want to say episode 5, that's the episode that Miguel was making all the advances at Lindy, and she was not trying to catch any of it. But in this episode, when they asked them about sex or whatever, she told the girls that she consummated her marriage, and she's like, we did what married people do. And he said, oh, it was holy and passionate, it was divine. And that's how I was, because I was like, Miguel, if you don't shut your ass up, I'm sorry for cursing on the Sunday, Lord, but I'm just saying, Miguel is one of them people that just get on my nerves, because that's not the word I wanted to say, but he gets on my nerves. It's like, sir, we get it, we understand. At this point, you don't have to prove to us that you believe in whatever it is that you believe in, because that don't have nothing to do with us. Your beliefs have everything to do with you, not anybody else. But my only thing is, and my issue with this is that for you to have had said what you said in the and when he was speaking with her brother and mother or whatever about, you know, whatever, how he feels about religion and stuff. Don't do that. God is not anybody to play with, and I understand that, because the sanctity of marriage is that, and the Bible says that the bedroom is undefiled. So whatever you want to do, you can do. But for somebody who says the stuff that he says, or said the things that he said, I didn't necessarily like. Sex is not nasty. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I did not necessarily agree with his word choices, being that he's very vocal about not believing in. I'm gonna take that back. I'm gonna say that the man do believe in, I don't know if he believes in God, but he believes in a higher power. So basically using the things that people would say that they Miguel, just stop. That's all I'm gonna say. Just stop. But anyway, Yeah, just stop. That's the only thing that I had on them. I was just trying to understand because I was confused. I was like, I'm trying to understand how you went from not wanting to consummate your marriage to, oh, we're gonna take it slow, to fully doing it. Granted, she is an adult, so she could do whatever the hell she wants to do, but anyway, I digress. Because I honestly, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm not saying that men do this, but some men prey on women's insecurities, and some people prey on the things that you love so much, and they use that to their advantage to get exactly what it is that they want. And I'm not saying that he's doing that, but that's how it feels to me, the viewer. Just saying, maybe that's not his intention, but that's what it feels like. Okay. And then Sasha asked her basically the same thing. She asked her, she's like, I'm trying to understand, because you went from not wanting to and then you did. And she said that what she said? She asked her, she said, how did you go from not wanting to have sex to having sex? That he pressured you to do it because basically out of obligation, because you were his wife. And she was like, no. She's like, okay, so what led you to it? And I understand why Sasha was questioning her, but I'm like, at this point, Sasha, she's an adult. You don't have to question whatever she do. If she want to open her legs to marry me, she can open her legs to marry me, and if that's what she want to do. Not saying that you should do it. This is just a quote, okay, that I'm saying. If you know, you know. As soon as Sasha asked her that, she switched up on her real quick. She was like, yeah, because Miguel has some questions and concerns about Nate's authenticity, because he always has his phone. And I'm like, girl, we live in an age where everything is documented via social media. That wouldn't be a concern for me. Sasha said it was, but it wouldn't be a concern for me, because people do that. They do. But yeah, that's all that I had on Lindy and Miguel. And then in the next, in that same episode, they had all sat down and they had dinner or whatever. Yeah, they all had sat down and they had dinner. And well, before they went to dinner, I guess it was like a little mixer thing, and they were talking, because basically when they had their little date or whatever, Miguel was basically saying that, she asked him, she was like, oh, they were talking about falling in love, and she asked him, how would you know if you were falling in love? He was like, oh, for me it has to be certain things that have to be checked. And she was like, oh, that's so much pressure on me, because I would want to know that I'm checking all of the box. As an overthinker, I do understand where she's coming from, but that's not your place. And like he told her, he was like, if you're somebody that I'm going to fall in love with, I'm going to fall in love with everything. I'm going to fall in love with you. It don't even matter if I have boxes that I'm like, oh, I need this, I need that. All of those boxes could not be checked and he could still fall in love with you. And I'm just like, girl, just go with the flow. Like, just go with the flow. And I understand that she's an overthinker, but I'm just like, girl, you would overthink yourself into being divorced, because this man is already thinking. I think that the reason why Miguel is like, oh, basically, this is how I'm interpreting it, that basically he's doing this process for 8 weeks to see if he wants to be with her after. She's doing this process like, oh no, we're doing all of this work for us to be together afterwards. I think Miguel is thinking that because she's an overthinker, and being with somebody who overthinks a lot is a daunting task, because you have to feel, it's like you have to baby their insecurities, you have to baby their insecurities. You have to like be like, no, that's not what I meant. What I meant is this is how it's gonna go. So I understand. Lindy, shut the hell up. Enjoy being married. Get to know this man. If you decide you want to be married to him after decision day, you be married to him after decision day. If you do not, then you don't. Don't put pressure on yourself where pressure don't need to be applied. Okay? Don't do that. In the next episode, they talking about this again. They met with Pastor Cal. Same thing. But before they met with Pastor Cal, they said that they're gonna rename Decision Day because it was anxiety. It was basically giving her anxiety. So they're gonna rename it. What did they say? Rename it Vow Renewal Day. And I was like, okay, so what if y'all don't renew your vows and y'all decide that, not renew your vows, but what if y'all decide that y'all don't want to be married, or he decide he don't want to be married? Because all it takes is one no. Her feelings gonna be hurt. So I'm gonna need for her to go ahead and stop with the shenanigans. Okay? Stop with the shenanigans. She told him, he was basically, she asked him, I forgot what it was exactly that she asked him, but she was like, oh, if you're feeling some type of way or whatever, could you not tell me? And he was like, I can't do that. He's like, I can't do that. But I don't blame him. He's like, because my friends, in his interview, he's like, my friends call me doormat because he's allowed people to talk to him in certain ways. And I understand that, because you got to protect yourself. Like she said in the last episode, she's like, let me know what we're doing so that I know how to protect myself. And I understood that wholeheartedly. But when you are falling in love with people, you're going to get your heart broken. You're going to get your feelings hurt. You're going to be embarrassed, even though the whole world don't know, but you're going to feel embarrassed. Like, falling in love, it's almost like grieving. Honestly, it really is. You're going to get your heart broken. Your feelings are going to be hurt. You're going to be like, I don't know what the freak to do. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be overcome with so many emotions. You don't know. And then when you get to the point where it's like, okay, well, now we're at a good place and y'all are basking in y'all being in love and overcoming all of the obstacles that was placed before y'all, then it's gonna make love that much more better. And I feel like they are trying to like rush this whole thing because they got 8 weeks, and I'm just like, no, take it for what it is, get to know them, and then do that. Because most people don't even get the opportunity to get to know somebody in 6 to 8 weeks, or 8 to 6, or 6 to 8 weeks, or whatever, and then people be batshit crazy. They don't be finding this out until they have a baby or they married to them. At this rate, you doing it the opposite way. Get all of that stuff out the way. Okay? Get all of that out the way. I also said that Miguel's not checking for her. I also put, don't talk about it until you need to. Okay? Talk about it on week 7. When you really need to talk about it, when they're gonna really start asking you. I'm like, they bombarding their brains with all of this stuff that they don't need to be bombarding their brains with. Like, girl, this is only week, what, 2, 3? I don't know what week we on, but calm down. I put that they need to stay in the present and stop worrying about things that they don't have any control over. But that's what people who overthink do. They mind just be going so much. I don't know what she need to do to calm her nerves and her mind, but she need to do that. Maybe her and Miguel need to go and be holy and divine. I don't know. Take a chill pill, something. Like I said, she sees the future with him past 8 weeks, and he says, and he don't know what the future lies. And I understand both perspectives. But don't put pressure on somebody because they're not where you at. Y'all gotta kind of meet in the middle. Ben and Morgan, they haven't had sex yet, but they haven't had sex. I don't know if they are going to. She's attracted to him. He's attracted to her. But baby, that attraction was attracted to who? Cause somebody told my business. That was her. She's like, no, I don't like that, and I don't blame her. But I don't blame her. I really don't blame her. I don't blame her for being upset, but the way that she handled it could have been she could have had a different approach to how she handled it. She holds grudges. I need for her to let them grudges go. Okay? Not saying that you can't be mad, but to hold a grudge and hold on to something for weeks. At this point, you might as well just be by yourself, because there's no point. There is no point. That means that anything that anybody does to her, she's gonna hold on to it. If you are a grudge holder, I need you to release it, okay? Because holding grudges don't make you look no younger than you are. This is a fact of life. Why you want to stress out? Something somebody said to you 2 weeks ago, you finna still be mad about it? I'm not gonna be mad about it. I'm not gonna be mad about it. You gonna be worrying about it on your own. I'll be mad for like a day, 2 days, maybe even 3. 3 is the limit, the max. Okay? But I'm not gonna be mad at you for no 2 whole weeks. I'm not about to do that. 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 I'm about to live my life being upset with you about something that you said. And it was words, even if it's in actions. If somebody do something to me, I'm not going to be upset with them too long, because at the end of the day, I don't got no heaven or hell to put nobody in. I'm trying to live my life. Life is precious. I am not trying to get back, okay? God gonna get you back. The universe gonna get you back. Whoever you believe in gonna get you back. No. I'm not about to do that. The heck? No. I also put that they give me friend vibes. They give me like friend vibes, like friend, like, because they have so many things in common. People who have things in common usually can be a good thing, or it can be a recipe for disaster. But they have a lot of things in common, and that's good. The only thing that they don't have in common is that Ben is a frugal franny. Not even frugal. He's a cheapskate, okay? I couldn't do it. I could not do it. This man told her, wash clothes before 4. And no, I think, was it before 4? Let me see. I think it was something like that. I think it was like wash clothes before 4 or something like that. Yeah, he told her wash clothes before 4 p.m. and leave all the lights off before 6. And I'm like, sir, that's not your apartment. Why do you care? That is not your apartment. You are not paying them bills. You were just in there for 2 months. You ain't paying no bills there. And if y'all are making other people pay bills and y'all putting them in these apartments, y'all should be ashamed of yourselves, because they still got other bills that they gotta pay. Okay. What else? Ben is so funny. He's talking about something. He told her when they were having a little sit down at the thing or whatever. So basically, she told him something in confidence. She told him that she had one more class until she got her bachelor's degree, or whatever. I guess I don't know how it goes, but basically that's what she told him. I think she has a certificate or something. I don't know. Don't quote me, but she's a nurse, but she has one more class left. And I'm like, there are plenty of nurses that be having classes left, but they still practice. So I don't understand. I mean, that's just like doctors. They still have to take classes in order to pass, in order to like do things on their own. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's different because it's a different career. I'm not going to say that I expect him to know it, because he don't, because his career path is a little bit different than hers. Like, she don't have to be certified in order to practice it, because at the end of the day, medicine is being practiced, not okay. So yeah, I need for him to like, yeah. So what happened was he told Justin, and he told her, he was like, well, I'm going to tell you because I don't know if he told his wife, whatever. And she got upset, and I understood why she got upset, because she's like, I told you that in confidence. I didn't think that you would tell anybody. And then she also, when they spoke to Dr. Cal, wow, I always call this man doctor. He might as well get his PhD, okay? Dr. Pastor Cal. Okay. When they spoke to Pastor Cal, he they brought it up, and he was like, she was like, oh, when trust is broken for me, when trust is broken for me, like, that's it. Me, not to make this about me, but me, I'm not, when trust is broken for me, it's hard for me to be like, I'm completely over you, because I love people. even though it may not seem like that. But I love people. I know that people make mistakes. People don't intentionally do things. If they do anything intentionally, like I said, I don't have no heaven or hell to put nobody in. So I'm not going to sit here and nail you to the cross, because at the end of the day, if I do something in turn, I will want you to have the same amount of grace that I have for you to have for me. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think people do things intentionally to hurt other people. They just do it to get clarification on certain things that they are not well equipped in. I would say that. And I feel like this is one of those situations. Should he have went to Justin first? No. So I would have been upset with him about that, because he could have came to her if he had any questions, because she was the one that told him, and she didn't have to tell him. She could have been like, I'm a nurse, I don't have any more classes left, because he felt like she lied and she didn't lie. So he was questioning her integrity, and I feel like he shouldn't have did that. But Ben also comes off a little, not a little, but a lot immature to me. I don't know if it's because he's a mama's boy or what it is, but he comes off a little immature to me. When they sat down with all of the couples, like, again, when they sat down with the couples and they all had dinner, they were basically asking her, like, by her being a nurse, not her being a nurse, but it was a specific question. I don't remember what the question is, but they asked her a question, and she basically was like, oh yeah, when I come home, I don't want to have to care for anybody. I don't want to have to do anything for anybody, because I've been caring for people all day. And I was like, well, why did you get married? Your husband has needs. Not even your husband, but like, if it was vice versa, you would want your husband to come home, not to specifically do anything for you, but to just be with you. Okay, you want to decompress. Okay, I'm going to give you 2 hours or an hour. I'm going to give you an hour, so that way you can decompress all of these things that has happened to you today, because it could have been a stressful day. You might want that man to rub your feet. You talking about, I don't have to cook. I don't have to clean. Ma'am. Then I really was like, well, why did she sign up to be married at first sight? Because you could have been by yourself if that was the case. What was the point of wanting to be married? Because he was just sitting there looking so dumb. Like, I'm like, sir, say something. Say no. We're going to have to figure out a way for you to still decompress and us to have time together. That's all that he had to say. But he didn't say that. He said nothing. So if you don't say nothing, like they say, closed mouth don't get fed. If you don't open your mouth, then I don't know. Because he never brought it up to Pastor Cal when they sit down about how they can like maneuver this, because that could be like a big issue. I like to spend quality time with whoever I am with, whether that is just me laying in the bed, me watching you play a video game, us watching videos together, us watching movies, us playing a game, us going out, us going on dates. I like that, okay? And if I can't get that, then I feel like my needs are not being met as a person who is in this relationship also, because in relationships you have to give and take. Yes, okay, you don't want to be touching, you don't want to be talked, you don't want nobody to talk your head off right now. I'm not going to talk to you right now. I'm going to give you 30 minutes to an hour or 2 hours. Let you go ahead, decompress, play your game. I'm going to go do my makeup. And then we come back after that. And if you want to talk, you talk. If you don't feel like talking, then we can talk about it another day. Because at the end of the day, you're going to have to talk to me about how you feeling. Because I'm going to ask you. So, yeah. I don't know. They'll figure it out. Yeah, because Pastor Cal also asked her, because after she said that and she told them or whatever, I think the only reason why she said it is because she was still upset because he had told Justin and didn't consider talking to her about it first. So I think that's where she was, I think that's where her frustration came out. But like I said, she holds grudges, so she was going to do that anyway. But somebody else had to call her out on her stuff. So I'm glad Pastor Cal told her that. Pastor Cal told her to basically, since you have the keys, so since you know that you're able to put your wall up, I need you to go ahead and put your wall down. Because he acknowledged his part, and he took full accountability. He's like, I take full accountability on my part because I should have came to you first. He apologized. He did all of that, and this lady was still upset. So Pastor Cal told her he's taking accountability for it. So I'm gonna need you to. So he was like, he's taking accountability. He's taking accountability for it. So you're the only one that can bring your wall down. So can you bring it down? And he was like, yeah. He's like, okay. So can y'all go to cuddling and stuff? Because he asked them were they cuddling or having some type of form of intimacy, and they were like, no. He's like, okay, well, since the wall is down now, can he cuddle with you? Can he hold your hand? And she was like, yeah. And Ben was being a little rough with that. Oh, we got 2 more couples. Oh Lord. Kristen and Mitch. It's funny. They're also another funny couple. Kristen and Mitch. Oh, in this episode, I don't know if they showed Ben's apartment, but I know that they showed hers. But yeah. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. So Kristen and Mitch is funny. In episode 6, I want to say, episode 6, Kristen told the girls that she wanted them to still be Team Mitch after she told them what was going on. Basically, him telling her that he's not attracted to her and all this other stuff or whatever. And she said that she told them, I guess something happened between her and Mitch, and she was like, oh, because I'm the captain now. It's like, girl, no, you're not. You're not the captain of the ship. Mitch is just letting you wear the captain hat, because at the end of the day, his plan is getting fulfilled. He gonna get what he want. Because he was acting very like, I don't know. It's a little weird. But anyway, and I put in episode, I put for episode 7, I said, this is before they said that they did. Well, before they did at the end of the episode. My throat. I put, I don't know if they had sex or anything. And I said, I don't know if they had sex, but I think something sexual has happened, whatever you think. I said something sexual has happened. I don't know. Everybody got a little kink. So I don't know what his may be, and I don't know what hers may be. But maybe it got them to the promised land. Okay. Kristen is happy now because Mitch like her. And I'm telling you, I think this is before the end. But this is, I don't know. That's why I said I think something's happened. Because they are like, all up on each other and stuff. Maybe they had a pact, let's try to make the best of this. Let's be intimate. Let's touch. Let's hold hands. Maybe that'll that'll bring some type of attraction. And I also want people to know this too. Attraction can be built. Okay, attraction can be built. You cannot be attracted to somebody at first. But once you get to know somebody and they make you feel good as a person, and you in turn can do that to them, and y'all don't have no type of toxic energy, it's very easy to fall into the habit of being like, dang, like, I really like you and I really think that you're cute, even if everybody else they say that he's not cute or she not cute. This is a thing. They had sex. Basically, they had sex. Pastor Cal asked them, have you guys talked about kids? No. All of the things that he asked them, how they talked about, I said, no, we're taking it one day at a time. And I don't know if they're thinking in the mindset of being a married couple, but I'm going to need for them to get it together because they're moving at the speed. Because, Kristen, you said that you were the captain. She ain't the captain. They're moving at the speed of Mitch and not her. And if they continue to do this, I don't see them being married for a long time. I would see them being F-buddies because that's basically how they're treating their relationship right now. They're doing everything on his time and not a time for the both of them. One person's needs is getting met, even though she feel like hers is, but he's getting what he needs out of it. I don't know. He's a little weird to me. like, I don't know. It's not him being quirky. It's just, it's a little weird. I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it, but it is a little weird to me. And they came to, they okay. And I was just like, oh, I don't know. I don't know if I could be okay with somebody telling me that she basically is okay with this man not liking her. Because she was like, gave him a coupon just before they did it. Gave her a little coupon. I thought it was a cute idea. And before he did that, he wrote a card. Oh, you've been nice and you're honest and this. And I was like, basically, you telling this man thank you for not liking me, for not liking me and thinking that I'm unattractive, and telling me that I was unattractive while you cried on the phone with your brother and told him that you wasn't attracted to me. Thank you for that. He called her babe, and I was like, yeah. And when I seen Mitch's apartment, I already knew. So I'm not finna say that, because I'm just saying I had already knew. But anyway, so now we're gonna go to Nate and Sasha. So Nate and Sasha, they have not had sex. Sasha, she said that the most that they've done is taking a shower together. They went on a picnic date, and I love the idea of her asking him to go to couples therapy. I think that all couples, whether you are married, you're in a relationship, I think that everybody should go to couples therapy. He told her that he was falling in love with her, and she's like, really? And she started crying at the end after, I guess, when they did the interviews, and she started crying. She's like, I don't know if he know what he's getting himself into, because I'm a lot. And I'm like, girl, go ahead, unpack that baggage. If it's something that he wants, he's going to be with you, and y'all gonna figure it out. Ladies, stop doing this to yourself, okay? Stop thinking that you don't deserve love and happiness. She said that she do, but like her actions is not meeting up with her words. Stop thinking that you don't deserve love, happiness, somebody falling head over heels in love with you while you are still, what they coin, damaged goods, or whatever it is that you consider yourself. You are not damaged goods, because baby, when you open that can, it's still goodness in it. The can is just damaged, okay? I'm just like, girl, if you don't fall into this and just be in it and just go with the flow and let it happen naturally, and whatever happens in the process happens in the process, because you know what I'm saying? Like, just fall into it, because I can see that Nate wants to fall in love with her. But yeah, I put that she is a clean freak, and her family is right. She is uncomfortably clean. Her house looks very much so staged. It looks, yeah, her house is very much, it's a nice house. She do have a nice house. She do. But she was all, I said, girl, are you even from Deliver Us from Evil? Because at this point, stop doing that. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's not attractive. Don't do that to that man. He already was looking like, if y'all would have seen how he was looking, well, y'all seen how that man was looking when she came in there and she just started like taking all this stuff. Also, I don't think that that's where he stay at, but that's neither here or there, because I didn't see nothing that was personalized to him. And for him to be somebody that is fashionable, I don't think that was all his clothes. But anyway, that's neither here or there. He told her that in the last episode, he moving in with her after she got her house built. And I was like, oh, Sasha got money, because you get a house built in California. I ain't saying that it's not possible, but I'm just saying, you see her house now, that look nice. But anyway, so Pastor Cal came and they talked, and they brought up the conversation about having kids or whatever, and she was like, at first he was hesitant or whatever, but then I guess he got on board with the plan. So I guess his hesitation is that he wants to be the breadwinner, because she does make more money than him, but I think that's probably why he said what he said. But I'm like, sir, we don't got time. We don't got time for you to figure this out. You should have figured this out when you said that you wanted somebody that was well established. Because I'm just saying, you should have figured that out when you said that you wanted somebody that was established in a career and all of this stuff, because make it make sense. He said he wanted to make $250K so that way he can be the sole provider for his family. And she's like, oh, that's okay because I double that. And I said, sir, if you don't go ahead and just have a baby with this lady in 365 days, then go ahead and do it. If it don't work out, it don't work out. Then y'all ain't got to worry about that. But I pray that it do work out for their sake. Yeah, for their sake, I hope that it work out. Justin and Alexis, they are so funny. And they confessionals, when they was talking and they was having the dinner, that whole dinner scene was just so freaking funny because they was all in each other's business asking questions and stuff. And Justin and Alexis, like, when Ben and Morgan was talking, she was like, okay, so why did she get married? She wanted a husband. I was like, yeah, that's something that I would do. If you do that with your partner, that means y'all gonna be together. I was just saying, because a couple that gossip together gonna stay together. And that is a fact. Not in my case, but that is a fact. Alright, you guys, that is the end of this video. If you are new, make sure you go ahead and click that subscribe button. And if you are just a subscriber here in general, make sure you go ahead and like this video. Leave a comment down below. And make sure, if you're not already, following me on TikTok and Instagram. Bye.